So I have a little bit of a bonus short little tutorial for you. This should look really familiar. This is my Frosty Friday project for this week. Today is December, so it's like the beginning of December if you're not watching this a couple minutes after I uploaded or in the next couple days. So I wanted to show you all quick how I made these little snowflakes. So we have some kind of smaller snowflakes, and then we have this really pretty big one right here. So I think this is a really kind of neat thing to do, and I think you wouldn't have to necessarily do it with snowflakes. That's just what I did it with. You could use this technique or this idea to make flowers. You could use it to make, well, just, you know, anything you could draw, cut out, or punch, basically. So I'm going to show you real quick how I made these snowflakes. And when I say quick, I mean quick, because it really does not take very long at all. So what you're going to need, I'm going to do mine on a mat, a craft mat. So you need a punch. Well, that's not true. You don't really need a punch. You can use a punch if you like. A pencil. Some glassine bags. These are the large glassine bags, but again, if you had, I know in the shop there are also medium-sized ones. There are small ones, and I think you could do this with any of those. I used these larger ones because that's what I had available to me. And last but not least, you're just going to need some Shimmerz sprays. So these are 2 colors of Vibes, Blue Jeans and Cold as Ice. And these are the ones I'm going to show you because these are the ones I used on my snowflakes. But you wouldn't have to use these colors. You could use any colors. So I'm going to start with the little ones, or the punched ones. So all I did was I just punched the snowflakes with, this is a Tim Holtz and Sizzix punch. This is, I love this punch. This is the best snowflake punch. It's a gorgeous, it's a really nice size, and it's really, really nice. This could work, like I said, this could work with any punch that you have. So just remember, since you're punching a glassine bag, you're going to get 2. So you're going to punch once and get 2. I'm going to go ahead and grab a sheet of scratch paper just so that I can set these aside to dry. So you lay out your punched shapes, whatever shape you want, and you want to take your Vibes and you just want to give them a little swirl. Remember, don't, if you use the Shimmerz Vibez, don't shake them. You want to make sure that you just kind of mix them together like that. And then just super easy, you're just going to spray your punch shapes that you created with the glassine bag. So I'm going to use some of the Cold as Ice, and you kind of see what they're doing here. They're going to all kind of, they want to curl up, and all that I did was I just kind of flipped them over and kind of smushed them down more into the mist. And you don't have to use as much mist as I did. I admit that I got a little carried away there with the mist. And then you want to leave them dry. They don't take very, very long to dry, just a little bit. Because of course they're thin, it's just the pieces of glassine. They do become a little delicate when they're wet, so just be careful because they will tear a little bit easy. I tore a couple when I was making the ones for my scrapbook page. Just kind of smush them around a little bit and then set them off to dry. So when they dry, they're gonna all crinkle up like they wanted to do when they were wet, but you see the crinkles suddenly look really cool. I think it's awesome the way that they crinkle up. I think it gives Really great texture, really fun, and if you get these up close, you can really be able to see like how they sparkle. They're really, really pretty. So that's how I did the small snowflakes on my layout. Now for the big one. So the big one, do you remember when you were in, kindergarten-ish maybe? First grade, second grade, and you just folded up your paper. Sometimes you could fold it this way. Sometimes they'd have you kind of fold it like this. And then you'd kind of take a pencil here. I'm going to try to do this where it's not so wet. Hold on a second. Move this. There we go. And you would kind of draw your little like snowflake pattern. Okay. I am doing this like super kind of crazy, but remember when you did that in kindergarten? So that's what I did. I started by just drawing the snowflake or a quarter of the snowflake on the glassine bag. And then you just fussy cut it out. I folded this one 4 times. You could also just fold it in half. I did that too with the other one. The other one that I kind of experimented with these, of course, a little bit before I made one for real to put on my page. But I did it both ways. Once when I just folded it once, and then this way, and it turned out pretty awesome. So whatever suits you. And I am not a good drawer at all. Really, really not a good drawer. So if I can do this, anyone can do it. And then you have these awesome snowflakes. So, like I said, the one that I did on my page, I'll show it to you again. I did the same thing. I just folded the glassine bag in half. And then I layered 2. So I layered both of the snowflakes together. And then put a brad in the middle. But for this one, I cut the middle out. So either way will work. Just like when you were in kindergarten. So pretty. And then just the same thing. So I am thinking that, this is my thought on this kind of technique of cutting this out. Any shape that is symmetrical. So if you have a stencil that you could trace, like that is a butterfly, you could do this with and make really pretty butterflies. I'm doing snowflakes, you could do flowers, so many things you could do with this, and it turns out so, so pretty. So I'm gonna do the same thing then. I'm just gonna hit it with my 2 different Vibez colors, and that's the other really great thing. There are so many colors of Vibez. You could cut out leaves, which would be beautiful, and then use Keep Palm. You could do flowers and do some of the orange or pink colors. So many different colors, so many options with just, even just 2 bottles of Vibez and a pack of glassine bags. You could have so many options for little cute pretty embellishments that you could do. And you can do any size, because you could use punches and do small embellishments, or you can cut them with a stencil, or just like I did, free-handed, or draw it out, and you could really have some fun. So I definitely think this is a technique that will show up on layouts for me again, especially in the spring, because I'm thinking pink, gorgeous layered flowers would be awesome. So that's it. And then you just set them aside to dry. They don't take a super duper long time. And you can see from the layout how pretty. This one, I put more of the blue jeans on. More of the blue jean shimmers on, and it's just so pretty. I wish you could see how these shimmer. Like, I guess you can a little bit. I'm trying to see up into my camera if you can actually see. Can you see how they shimmer? They're so awesome and cool. And I love this texture because the glassine kind of like crinkles up and it just makes this really cool, fun texture. So I would love to see if you make any kind of shapes or do these, please tag me on Instagram. Because I would just love to see what kinds of different shapes and cool stuff that you guys can use with this technique. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!